What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna go over 5 things we love about our 2024 Audi RS3. This car my wife and I ordered. It took 18 months to arrive, and overall, it's been a fun car. There have been some things that we had to grow to start to like a little bit better, but overall, it's a blast of a car. And here are our top 5 favorite things with the 8Y RS3. So number 1 on the list has to do with the power and speed. As my cell phone goes crazy with the G-forces, this thing's fast. This has been tested at 0 to 60 at 3.3 seconds. The launch control is nasty. It's so perfect. Traction hooks up with the all-wheel drive. Makes your legs feel weak. Like, this thing is a fast little rocket. Coming from the old GTR to this, it is so cool to have a car that is very refined and luxurious and practical, and yet the launch control is nuts. There are not many cars you're going to encounter in the RS3 that are actually going to be faster than this, at least from 0 to 60. The all-wheel drive launch control is just awesome. There is plenty of power to just get up and go. It can take your breath away and clearly put a big smile on your face. Now, top end speed, like maybe after 80, it's not all too impressive. You know, it's not gonna keep pushing towards, 100. Not to say it can't hit 100 easy, but the slow speed, gosh, anything up to 60 at least, it is just one of the fastest cars on the road. Oh, man. This thing's fast. The all-wheel drive too, it gives you that confidence of acceleration and grip whenever you need it. Well, again, one thing I love with my old GTR, this car has those characteristics to where regardless of even if it's raining out or cold out, it's 43 degrees out and we just did a perfect launch without even spinning the tires. So the fact that you can just accelerate, man, I mean, you'll hit 70 without even thinking. Basically, this car 0 to 100 is its sweet spot. I'm sure after that, the top end of other cars are going to take over, but I hardly ever even go above 80. This car's fast, which makes it so much fun, and the fact that you have grip, you always have that, is awesome. Number 2 on the list is the refinement level. So if I tone it down back into comfort mode, I really am impressed with how nice this car is. We sold the 2016 S3 to get into this car, and this is a huge upgrade as far as just the luxury refinements go. One of our favorite features is the memory seating. My wife and I are almost a foot apart in height, and if I go to her driver's setting, oh man, yeah, that is not gonna work for me. If I have to get into this car with a seat like this, I can't even get in because my knees can't get into the steering wheel. Oh my gosh. And at the flip side, if she gets in with it in my seating position, I don't know if she can touch the pedals. So the fact that we can open the door and one press of a button, the seat just goes right back to the position we want it, is our favorite thing. But overall, the refinement level is so nice. When you're in comfort mode, the suspension is really soft, it absorbs bumps. This car's also a lot quieter than the previous car. You don't really hear any wind noise or road noise whatsoever. It's a pleasant place to be. You have genuine leather, the Napa leather on the seats, the carbon, the Alcantara, the ambient lighting. It feels like a nice Audi, and for 65 grand, we were really happy to see that. It felt like a car every bit worth the price we paid. Nothing worse than spending almost $70,000 on a car and everything feels cheap. Now, there are some cheap plastics like the dash, the air vents. I wouldn't mind, honestly, if leather covered all of this. I think that would be a really nice plus for the price point. However, there are about half the interior is covered in a nice material, and then when you accompany that with the fact that it does drive very refined, it feels like a high quality car. It doesn't just feel like Audi's cheapest 3 Series. It's not just a cheap car. It actually feels really nice, and that is something pleasantly surprising. You drive this like a luxury car, and it feels every bit of that. Next up on the list has to do with this car feels pretty raw and pretty mechanical. That is something I loved about the old GTR, I love about my Lambo, and this car has that. While it gives you the refinement level in comfort mode, it can relax a decent amount and give you that just nice to drive feeling. when you're getting on this car, you can feel the transmission. Slow speed, you can feel the clutches engage. You have to give it a little bit of gas for the car to start moving, just like any normal DCT transmission. So I like how, while it's a luxury Audi, it's not the most expensive car or the craziest performance level car, it gives you that dual clutch transmission with a little bit of character to just give you, in my opinion, more fun factor. There's a lot of modern cars coming out that are just getting more and more boring. Yeah, they're faster and faster these days with nicer and nicer features, but the raw mechanical feeling in a car, to me, is what gives you so much fun factor because it makes the car feel special. And this car, like I said, it doesn't ever tone down all the way, therefore it gives you something special to drive. You know, if you slow down, put it into reverse, you know, you can feel the clutch and transmission engage a little bit. Going into drive, same sort of deal. You just feel the mechanical aspects. You feel a little thud between gear changes. It just gives you that little extra touch that cars are missing more and more. And also, when you take into consideration the 5-cylinder engine with the unique sound, you don't have cars that sound like this. It just has such a unique tone. It's got that Lamborghini V10 soundtrack to it, because this is literally half the V10. It's really cool to have a car like that. You know, it's not just a 4-cylinder, not just a 6-cylinder. There's some rawness to it. Also, with the brakes, it has massive 6-piston brakes up front. I mean, this car's performance level is awesome. It truly has the acceleration like we already talked about, but then the stopping power, the character in the transmission. It makes this car to where it is truly exciting and fun to drive all the time. Number 4 is the technology for the interior. A lot of modern cars now have one big screen for everything, and it's honestly a little bit too much. In the RS3, the Audi system is really nice. You have all of your tiles, super easy to see and read. It's just very easy to go through different menu options, shortcuts on the left. It's just really nice. Climate controls are here. You actually have climate controls rather than having to go into the screen and then change it. You don't have to wait for a screen to turn on to go ahead and crank up some heat, turn the AC on, adjust your heated seats. You know, you have icons down below. The center gauge cluster looks very nice. You have all sorts of different things of info you can go through. Of course, you have the virtual cockpit and everything. You can even change the view, which looks really nice. And then you have really cool performance-focused gauges. So I think Audi just did a really good job giving you a nice design for all the technology. It works well, it looks good, and it's just easy to use. It's not too complicated. It gives you everything you need, nothing more, nothing less, and it's laid out in a very, very nice way. And number 5 is the practicality. Being a 4-door sedan, this car is just super useful. You have a very nice front seat area with good comfort. There's storage in the doors. You have good storage in the front center, along with cup holders and a convenient spot. Little key storage, good storage down there, glove box. And even though this is on the smaller side, at 5'11", I can actually sit behind myself in the back seats. So you can genuinely put people back here, and it's usable with amenities like the climate controls in here, armrest and cup holder. This thing's really useful. Trunk space is also big. Again, for being a small car, you can load this car up with a Costco trip full of $300 worth of stuff, and it is nice. There's even hidden storage all underneath. So for being a smaller car, I really like just the practicality, and it is nice going from my 2-seat cars to something that is incredibly useful. We are able to use this as a utility car, and I love how a sports car like this can be very practical. So there you guys go, the 5 top things my wife and I love with the RS3. This truly packs so much performance for the money and so much Audi refinements for the money. It is one heck of a car that not much truly competes with it. We're loving so much about it, and we're probably gonna own this several years and just keep enjoying it, using it for what it was meant for. If you are interested in the downfalls, the things we're not the biggest fan of, take a look at that video linked down below. But there you guys go, 5 things we are loving with the new Audi RS3. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. See y'all in the next video.